Hello fam, welcome back to Core. My name is Annie and today we have a lovely 15-minute full body morning energizer designed to wake up your nervous system, get you in the right mindset for the day and get your body warm. Now we're starting nice and slow, lying on your back. Maybe your feet are extended in front of you, knees bent up, maybe you've got your legs lifted. We're spending a minute in stillness and silence, letting your mind wander through positivity and peace. Any negative thoughts that come into your head, acknowledge them, but don't let them bother you. Taking a big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. I'll circle back when it's time to move. Slowly start to invite movement back into our body, maybe rolling your wrists, rolling your ankles, making that breath a little bit deeper. Bringing your hands into a T-pose now. Let's send those knees over to the right, stretching the spine, gaze to the left. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, use your abdominals to draw your knees through center and send them to the other side. Trying to keep that now right shoulder blade on the mat. Big breath in. Breathe out, abs engaging, bring the knees through center. Let's bring our hands by our side for our glute bridges. Engage your core and strip your spine off the mat like Velcro. Shoulders are down, squeeze the glutes, and roll all the way back down. Taking this nice and slow at your own pace. This time, as you lower the glutes, send your arms above your shoulders. Then lift the glutes, arms back down to the mat. Starting to warm up through the shoulders now. The lower body should start to be feeling nice and warm too. Hold the glutes lifted. Let's send the arms over, above your head, then back down to the mat, creating a lovely semicircle with those arms. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Keep your arms down to the mat now, rolling down through your spine, back to the mat. Take a second here, and let's bring the hands back above the head. We're starting a small sit-up variation. As you lift your arms above your shoulders, you're curling your shoulder blades off the mat into a crunch. Arms come beside your hips. And then lower all the way back down to the mat, arms above the head. Repeat this a few times, nice and slow. Breathing out as you lift and in as you lower. Take one more from here and then we'll hold in our chest lift. Breathe out, hold here. Let's pulse those arms. Challenging the core, trying to keep those shoulder blades off the mat. For 4, 3, 2, and lower. Bring the knees to the chest, take a second. Rolling onto your left side now, find your left elbow underneath the shoulder and your feet bent up in line with your glutes. Extend that right leg out towards the side of the room. Let's take slow 4 ranges. Slow counts to lift and slow counts to lower. Keeping your shin facing forward, your shoulders down and your hips stacked. Flow through these nice and slow. Option to take that right arm up towards the sky. We're working into our glute med here, that muscle on the side of our hips. Really important in keeping our hips stable and our lower back free of weight bearing. Let's start some circles. Take 8 circles of that top leg each direction, keeping it slow and controlled, staying lifted up out of that left side. Swapping directions. A few more here. Now you're wiping that top leg in front of your hip and pressing it back. Option to take your hand down towards the side of the room and back above the head. Glute should start to burn here. Should be starting to feel that heart rate rise up and maybe even break a sweat. Keep your core engaged. Last one. Keeping that top leg lifted. Option to lift the hips for that advancement. Top arm above the head. Holding here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a mermaid stretch. Bring that left leg in front, shin parallel with the mat. Stretching over to the side. Up and over, take this to the other side. Right arm on top. Take this stretch one more each side. Back through center. Let's now prepare for the other side. Coming onto your right side with that right elbow underneath the shoulder. Feet are bent up in line with the glutes. Extend your left leg to the side. We're starting with those slow lifts and slow lowers. Keeping that right shin facing forward. Four more till we add those circles. Keep that top leg lifted. Let's take 8 circles in each direction. Option to take that left arm up to the sky straight away for that balance challenge. Other direction, only 8 more to the change. Let's wipe that left leg in front of the hip, arm comes down, leg back, arm over. I want you to try and keep that left leg at one height. Imagine you're wiping it across a coffee table. Really strong. 2 more till we hold. Last one. Hold that left leg lifted. Option to lift the hips off the mat. We're out in 3, in 2, and 1. Find your mermaid stretch again. This time your right shin is parallel to the front of your mat. Your left thigh is extended to the side. Take a stretch. Over to the left. Through center. Other side. Coming back through center and into your 4-point kneeling. We're finishing off with some shoulder and upper back work, starting with some cat and cow movements, finding the release through the back, stretching through the core. Drop the belly button to the floor, looking to the front. Press your spine to the sky, look towards your hips. Then when you're ready, come through your 4-point kneeling, tuck your toes, send your hips up into a downward dog. Then draw yourself back into your 4-point kneeling, knees to a hover, then back to downward dog. Move through a hovering 4-point kneel to your downward dog a few times. Still keep that core engaged, shoulders are wide. Last one. Let's stay in our hovering 4-point kneeling just for 4 counts. Just for 3, for 2, and we're out. Find that child's pose. Great job. Press back into your 4-point kneeling for a stretch. Send your left arm to the sky. Then needle it through underneath your torso for a lovely stretch of that shoulder. Unwind, lift that arm back up to the sky, then place it back down to the mat. Repeat this on the other side. Let's take this one more on each side. We should start to feel a little bit more warm now. We've got one more exercise to get us through to the end of the session. Before we lower down into our back extensors, option to come into a high plank or drop to your knees. Then lower onto your front, bending your elbows. Then press up into your high cobra. Let the pelvis hover off the ground, big stretch, chest shining towards the sky. Bend your elbows, lower down to the mat. Lift up your chest and extend your arms to the front, biceps to your ears, lifting the chest off the mat. Then lower back down, hands back under your shoulders, press back up into your high cobra. Now keep this combination flowing. We're working the muscles of the upper back and the core, keeping us stable through the spine. Option as you extend your arms in front of you and lift your chest, you can lift your legs behind you as well, keeping them glued together for that extra challenge. Last one here. Find that cobra, stretch towards the sky. Lower down, lift the arms above your head, legs are lifted. Holding here for 8 counts. 7, 6, core engaged, lift the chest, lift the legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press back up into your downward dog. Pedal through the heels. Enjoy this big stretch. We have finished with the burn of class. walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Grab a hold of your elbows and rock side to side. Find this lovely decompression through your spine. And then we roll up for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Roll your shoulders back. Take some deep breaths. And we are done. Thank you all so much for showing up for core and for showing up for yourselves. I hope your bodies are feeling warm, energized, mobile, and ready to conquer the day. Remember to stay hydrated, look after yourselves and the people around you. We'll see you next time.